Here's a little bit of inspiration I wanted to share with you today while I'm standing on a runway which has been converted into a leisure centre, which is inspiring enough. One of the nice uses of public land here in Germany. So a few days ago, I had the opportunity to interview Guido de Croon, who is the professor of bio-inspired micro-air vehicles at the university, the Technical University in Delft in the Netherlands. And I learned a few things, so just a few nuggets to share with you that I found particularly inspiring. One is that, his motivation is safety. You make tiny little vehicles that fly like birds and bees and flapping winged sort of dragonflies, and if everything else goes wrong, then they collide with you. That's all fine because they're all really small. I didn't know that. The second thing was that flapping wing robots are all about efficiency. Now, I thought they were something to do with maneuverability or the ability to sort of package things better because 2 little wings are much better than 4 propellers for a quadcopter, that sort of thing. But in fact, it's all about getting more juice out of that battery so you can perform better missions. And so by replacing propellers with wings, yes, they use more energy while they're hovering like a hummingbird, but they use an awful lot less when they're going for distance, like a bird. So that's interesting as well. And we talked a lot about energy usage on board, because if we can get these micro area vehicles to fly longer, then they can do much more interesting missions like gas detection and detecting people to be rescued in burning buildings and that sort of thing. So another area which is really interesting that absolutely blew me away was that he's got all his PhDs working on neuromorphic chips. Now these are the chips that are more analogous to the way human circuitry works with our brain, and therefore they're really good at AI processing, and they're also much more energy efficient. Now, I never really made the connection to this field of micro-air vehicles, but the reason they're really intensively researching them in that application is if we can get rid of the traditional hardware on board and then substitute it with neuromorphic hardware, then the electricity usage from the vision systems, the mission systems, the swarm systems is an order of magnitude less, so they become much more useful. So there were a few surprises in the conversation, and it was wonderfully inspiring to me, and I just wanted to share with you all those things today.